as
Put a charm in one of my magic
does she have
hearts
volume?
to learn.
Work hard, pray more, dream big. Yeah.
They say third time's a charm, but I'm rolling up number 4. I'm a rapper spitting these bars. If Bella wakes up, she gonna bust through the door. Hey guys, I'm Jamie Grace, the coolest person you've ever seen. Super like vibey, and I'm recording this video for the 4th time. I am sitting in a chair, and why did I tell them that? Hi, I have a kid. Her name is Isabella. She's really cool. I'm married, and I have a husband. He's not. I was supposed to say his name is Isabella. His name is Aaron. That's just that. So that's the intro that we're rolling with. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I have a podcast and I make music, and on my YouTube channel I like to talk about that stuff, but also the family that's in the house while I create stuff. So what I'm going to do today is answer your questions. It's a mom-like Q&A, questions that you guys have had about motherhood. Were you scared / nervous to have Isabella, or did the joy and excitement outweigh the fear? This is kind of a heavy question, but don't worry. I mean, it's like, I genuinely mean don't worry. It's been almost 2 years since I had her. So I've worked through a lot of things. Pregnancy was really hard, and I was so excited to have her because 1, I've wanted to be a mom for a very long time, and 2, because I really wanted to the person that was in my stomach, I wanted to have it not in my like in the world, you know what I mean, like not in my stomach anymore. I was like, hey baby, can you get out, you know what I mean? So yeah, I wasn't that nervous. I mean, yeah, I had some moments of nervousness. I think actually the time I was the most nervous is when we went to a birthing class and they basically are just like, here are all the ways it could not work out, and that was terrifying. But the like actual, once we got to the hospital, I was like, let's go, let's push this baby out. Turns out when you say let's, you do it by yourself. Okay, what's your favorite part of having Bella as a daughter, and is one specific thing you really want to integrate in your life besides Jesus, of course? I appreciate when people say like stuff like that, because sometimes like people will be like, what's the best part of marriage? And I'll be like, oh my gosh, like he makes me laugh. And then people are like, don't you mean going to church? I'm just like, guys. Man, I like that kid so much. What was the question? What did you forget? Man, everything. I love picking out her outfits. I like seeing her try to pick out outfits. I love seeing her like grow and like develop into being able to do things that she couldn't do before. Seeing like little milestones, like being able to put on some socks by herself, or like snap the little Velcro on her shoes, and be able to like ask for what she wants for lunch. Doesn't always get it, but it's super cute that she, not only mean this sarcastically, but it's just super cute that she's like developing her own opinions and thoughts and feelings, and is learning to express herself and communicate, and her cute little face, and I love that child. She's super great. Let's see, what's your favorite activity with Bella? I like singing with her. She likes singing a lot, so that's really fun. I like when she sits in my lap and I let her color on my desk while I work. Yes, I did say on my desk. Also just at my desk in general. She colors all over my notes. Which is actually really funny to me, because I used to do that to my mom. I still do that to my mom. Like, I'll go to my mom's office and I'll just like leave like really annoying notes everywhere. The other day, like I just put like a post-it note on some of her magazines, like just because. So I really like that Bella's like already paying me back. And so I think it's really funny. So I love doing homeschool with her as well. Like, I love homeschooling. I love teaching her, and I love watching her get excited about words and letters and numbers, and so that's really cute. Let's see, what are the main things you want for Isabella? Kind of a plug. Definitely a plug. I have a song called Best For You that I wrote for her. She loves it. It's actually the song she goes to sleep to most nights. What songs besides your own does Bella like? Ironically, let's see. She likes Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. She likes, Happy Birthday. She sings everybody happy birthday. Did you ever question whether or not you would homeschool Bella? Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Aaron and I are always having that conversation. I love that it's an open conversation. As much as we feel very confident.
So as put a charm in one of my magic
does she have
hearts
volume? So as confident as she's still singing. She's gonna, you know what?
Let's try a question.
Yeah.
You put the yellow
This is great. This is really cool how she's how she's doing a vlog at the same time, huh? Jacob. So as much as we're confident about we're really confident about homeschooling her. We really want it to be like the decision that's best for her, if that makes sense. So, if we, as she gets a little bit older, just what she needs developmentally, academically, athletically, whatever that might mean. Like if we get to the point where something just makes sense for her to try something else, then that's what we're gonna do. So one question that I got a lot was like, what is the hardest part about parenting? One of the hardest things for me is follow through. There's a hypothetical mythical story of a man and a lady. It's mythical, so of a unicorn man and a unicorn lady, and they're watching a show called, is that funny? It's a real story. I mean, it's mythical. They're watching a show called The Masked Actor. And they're watching the show, and it's all the way at the very, very end of the show where someone is going to get revealed. Like, it's a big moment, and so they're like, ooh, we're watching the show. We're sitting on this couch watching the show. And they have a toddler unicorn. What? Totally fictional, but they have this toddler unicorn. And this toddler unicorn is about to make a choice that doesn't necessarily coincide with the structure of the home, as far as like, do we pour our Cheerios on the floor? Do we XYZ? You know what I mean? But it's not a harmful choice. It's a choice that if the unicorn parents chose to ignore, the kid would be fine, or the kid could figure it out. Like, it's not like a major thing, but it is something that if it were to happen, or if the parents were to see it about to happen, they should probably have some sort of communication with the child. You know what I mean? At some point, you gotta decide, like, what are gonna be, like, fight your battles, if you will. You gotta decide, like, what are gonna be the things that we're actually gonna make a big deal out of, and what are gonna be the things that... What do you say? If you need help, you say please. You gotta decide, like, what are the things that really aren't that big of a deal. But something has to be something that's a big deal. Does that make sense? Like, if Aaron and I are, like, watching a show that we really, really love and, like, it's a big moment, or if I'm on FaceTime with a friend that I haven't talked to, because of the pandemic in literal years at this point, like, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, oh my gosh, like, I really want to talk to this friend. And then your child is making a choice that, like, needs to be talked about, or they need to be reprimanded, or whatever, or they need to be redirected, or they need to be disciplined, like, they need a lecture, whatever it is, that follow through is just it's so easy to allow your kids to just do what they want in 100% areas of life. And I don't know if this one turns on, baby. Where's your other keyboard?
Sleep.
Oh, it's sleep? I definitely don't believe that all human, like, all toddler moments need like interference from a parent. Because sometimes I'm like, you gotta figure that out, like, she's gotta learn that for herself. Aaron's so good at helping me remember, like, hey, we're raising a human, this human's gotta learn things for herself sometimes, and things like independent play, like, that's all valid, right? But there are times where you gotta step in. There are times where you gotta follow through. And there are times where if you don't, your child will then begin to understand that, like, oh, mommy says I can't do this, or daddy says I should do this, but really, because if they're watching a show, or if they're on the phone, or if they're doing their thing, I can get away with whatever I want because that's more important than them making the sacrifice and being selfless to come and talk to me. And so that's one thing that is difficult, Before I was married, most of you guys know this, a lot of you guys know this, I was getting ready to become a foster mom in the state of Georgia. And so, again, like, I was prepared to, like, I had lived a life for 6-7 years as a star, like this big star, and I was so over me and just so ready to give life and just make life about someone else, my children. And so, that is the mindset that I entered into marriage with. And even with that mindset, it's still challenging to say, I'm going to pause this show that I have been waiting months to watch, or I'm going to just give up whatever I'm doing right now, and even possibly suffer consequences of not doing what I need to do or what I want to do, you know, because sometimes it's work related, sometimes it's, you know, whatever. And I'm going to go and follow through because my kid needs me more than whatever else, you know. The only things that come before her are my husband and, you know, my relationship with God. And so anything other than that, I've got to be willing at any moment to just stop, drop, and roll. And sometimes I don't feel like it. But that's what makes it worth it, is that it's a sacrifice, you know? It's like, it's not about how you feel. It's about, like, what's the wise thing to do. Now that she's awake, ironically, I am going to go and spend more like one-on-one time with her. So I'm going to do a part 2 of this video because this has already been a little bit lengthy. Make sure you subscribe. I will upload the part 2 1 week from today. I think this video is getting uploaded on Friday. That's what I think. I thought she was going to laugh at that. So yeah, so I think this video is getting uploaded on a Friday, and I'm going to get to some more questions 1 week from today, so subscribe. Yeah, Mommy's going to finish working, okay? 1 week from today, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, and I'm going to go listen to the song that she's writing. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Okay, bye!
Because we stuck together, champions wanted